Hello, got an update video. I was driving down the street one day and I started pouring coolant out of my overflow. So I diagnosed, obviously, there's too much pressure in the cooling system. Did a combustion gas test on the antifreeze and a compression test, and everything checked out. Continued driving the car, realized it was overheating and starting to act funny. I had no heat. Flushed the cooling system, that didn't help. So I replaced the water pump, tensioner pulley, timing belt, radiator, thermostat, hoses, heater hoses, and heater core. And I was continuing to have the problem. So I pulled the head. What I discovered was that the previous owner was a complete fuckface and half-assed everything that they did. Hold on just a second, let me get this new gasket off here. But this is the block. As you can see, there's some detonation damage to the piston. Down here you can't really, can't really see it all that good, but piston's in damn good shape. Just a couple little detonation marks here and there. This cylinder is the worst. As you can see, there's some damage to the piston from serious detonation. And then there's this. Looks like the previous owner, even though it was a non-interference engine, somehow had a bad valve spring or something, and the valve actually got nailed by the piston, I'm guessing bent, and then continued to move up and down with the camshaft and scored the cylinder wall to shit. But the car ran awesome for 6 months before it had this problem. So I think that that upper cylinder damage isn't affecting anything as long as you have a good head gasket on it, which it did. Oh, piss. What the fuck did I just drop? Oh, piss. Fucking, so it had a, as you can see, this is the newer Felpro gasket. And it's gonna about like that. Brand new. Printo seal, Felpro. That's exactly what was on it before. But this gasket is fucked. And the reason for that is because the previous owner, after doing that to the fucking engine, I'm guessing put a new head on it themselves and a new head gasket, and they did not torque the bolts properly. Like 4 of the fucking head bolts, I didn't even have to break loose. I just had to I couldn't turn them with the normal ratchet, like without really trying, so I just put a breaker bar on and did that to de-torque them in sequence. And a few of them I didn't even have to break loose with the breaker bar. I just turned them. It was tough, but I turned them without them hearing them, break loose like they're supposed to. And then the other head bolts were so tight, I felt like I was going to snap them off when I fucking pulled them out. Which all the head bolts are right here. And all of them appear to be in fairly decent shape with no stretching, but I'm going to go over them with a tap and die. This one worries me a little because it's so different than the rest of them. It's got that shine to it, so I don't know. That was one of the bad areas. So I'm going to run a tap and die through the block and over the head bolts and reuse them because they're $18.80 a piece from Mazda. But then I go over here and look at the head, and there's no obvious damage of any valve contact or anything like that, making me believe that this head has been replaced or rebuilt. I cleaned the head up a little bit with a razor blade. I still got to go over it and get a lot of this gunk, but other than the detonation damage, as you can see, doesn't appear to be any actual valve damage. You can't really see in there, but there's definitely a little bit of, yeah, you can't see. There's a little bit of oil leaking, so I know that the valve seals are probably not great. I don't know about the seats, but I'm having this head hot tanked. I'm going to shave the deck and fucking take out any warping that's gone on. So in other words, they're going to mill it. They're going to replace the exhaust valves, which I have new ones, and don't be fooled that the valve's not bent. The camshaft's still in it, so it's on that lobe, and it's holding the valve open. As you can see, there's which cylinder? Oh, yeah, this cylinder. These two are also cracked open a little bit. But that one valve has a little chip in it, and I'm going to have that intake valve replaced, and then all the exhaust